it's just Mikey for Troll Blogs again. So those that you know, I drive a DAF XF Super Space, the 530 brake horsepower one, and in this vehicle we have a adaptive cruise with a distance control in it, and have a 3-stage retarder or exhaust brake, whatever way you want to call it. Okay, so generally speaking, what happens if the adaptive cruise is on with the distance control in it as well, I generally set it to the 30 metre point, so that if I get within 30 metres of the vehicle in front of me, the vehicle automatically slows up without me applying the brakes. Quite a nice safety feature. However, if I can, on approach to that vehicle, I can see that I'm actually getting closer to that vehicle and he's running at a speed of say 50, but the speed limit's 56 and I'm running at 56. I can override it by slightly pressing the accelerator, which I do. Pull out so the vehicle doesn't slow down or apply the braking system. Once I'm past them and I have that open space again, take a foot off the accelerator and the vehicle automatically goes back onto the cruise control where I can just pass them nice and comfortable. Now I'm currently sitting at 81 clicks, just over about 50 miles an hour. I'm sitting at 50, 51 miles an hour. We're on dual carriageway and I will be coming off the motorway soon. So rather than apply the braking system when I'm slowing down for the junction I'm coming off, I'm fully aware that there's quite a left-hand bend when I come off, when I'm heading up to the container base. So what I will generally do when I'm, say, within the 200 metre point of that junction, I will generally disengage the cruise control and then the vehicle will automatically start slowing down. Once the vehicle itself starts slowing down, I then apply the exhaust brake or retarder, and I generally go to stage 2. So stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, I generally go to stage 2, and that will slow me down for the bend as I enter the junction, thereby allowing me to prolong the life of the brake linings by not continually applying braking systems by the use of my feet. So I've got a 40 limit coming up now, which is going to help today. Alright, so I'm just going to back off again with the cruise control, because I'm on the 40 limit, so that's going to help us as well. So I'm just slowing the vehicle down with the button, not applying brakes. So I've taken it down to 74 kilometers at the moment, and the vehicle's slowing down. We're in the 40s. Start vehicle still slowing down, and I haven't touched a foot brake at the moment. So slight hill here, so the vehicle's got a wee bit of momentum as it's slowing down. Now I can see the 3, 2, 1 markers for my exit, and that when I hit the second or first marker, i.e. 3, 2, 1, if I hit number 2, hit number 1, I can see the slip road as well. So what I generally do is I'll disengage the cruise control at that time, because I'm about 200 metres away from the slip road and there's a slip road now. I am aware of this junction, so I've just disengaged the adaptive cruise and the vehicle's actually slowing down. As I indicate my intention, I'll then apply the retarder. I'm at stage 1 and I've now applied stage 2 and the vehicle's slowing down even more, and I still have not applied the foot brake. Okay, so I've got a 30 mile an hour bend coming up, the vehicle's really slow and it's slowed up again, and I've still not applied the foot brake. The retarder's doing all my work for me, and that, guys, is how we can prolong the life of your brake linings. So I've now taken over because the adaptive cruise doesn't recognise the bends or lines. It will recognise vehicles in front of us and it will automatically slows down if we get too close to the vehicles. So I am now very slowly applying foot brake pressure, but we're only moving slowly, so it's not going to affect the brake linings to any great extent. And then what I do on the dashboard with the DAF, you get a coaching system where it comes up and tells you how well you've done. And it's just gave me a big green light with 5 ticks on well done, you've served your service brakes, as it says here. And it sometimes comes up saying rolling for longer will prolong your brake linings and all this. So there is a coaching system on it. So again, I'm not going to accelerate into this roundabout. I've got a sort of leisure retail park off to my right hand side. I'm aware that some vehicles may be coming out there and we're going to be going left at the round. So I've got a vehicle over on the other side there. He's got a left hand side sort of position there and he's going to the left, so that's fine. Looking at a roundabout and I've got a free run. A vehicle coming towards me, but they're indicating. I'm going to indicate my intention point of the turn. And that, guys, just a short intro into the braking system of the DAF with the adaptive cruise assisting you in slowing the vehicle down. Because we've got a gross weight in our container of about 14.5 tonnes plus our own tare weight for the vehicle, so we're grossing over 30 tonnes in total, so it does help prolong the life of brake linings. So I am aware also they've got a primary school up here as well, so just going to back off slightly in case anybody's picking children, although it's not that time yet, but you never know, some people might be coming early. Never assume, always be ready. See, we've got one vehicle in the pickup area there, so you never know. And obviously children's school, I can look across the fence, I can see nursery aged children out playing in the nursery area. So now let's see, I've got a roundabout up ahead. I can see vehicles waiting to go through the roundabout, so I'm just going to back off because it doesn't serve any purpose to rush off into the roundabout. I'm looking across to the right as well and I can see vehicles approaching the roundabout, and clearly they've got right of way. So when I enter the roundabout, I'm going to be looking for an opportunity where I've got vehicles coming from the opposite direction or from my left who are turning right, and that will give me an opportunity to go across the roundabout because the vehicles on my right will have to give them way. So I am aware I've got a lorry approaching me from the other side. I've also got a vehicle turning right here, and that gives me an opportunity to make my way across because the vehicle turning right stopped the traffic coming from my right. So that's an ideal opportunity. So I'm also aware I've got a bend going into the bridge here, and it's over 15 foot in height, so I'm good to go there. Got a 20-foot box on it, it's only a normal height box, so we're good. Not high cube or anything, so we're good to go. And I've got another bend off to my left. So guys, that's just a short video on the braking system of the DAF XF with the retarder, the adaptive cruise. Absolutely fantastic system. When I moved into this vehicle, I was given the opportunity, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get to grips with it, and if used properly, it really does save you a lot of hassles. But unfortunately, we work in an industry where some drivers will just put their foot down and go on with it, and the systems are there to assist you, so use them, and some of them are really good systems. So most of your modern trucks have got adaptive cruise fitted to them, your Scanias, your Volvos, your Amicos, your DAFs, your MENs, your Mercedes. They're all the main sort of manufacturers. So I think there's about 6 or 7 main manufacturers now, and like I said, they all have quite modern systems, or systems that are very similar fitted to the vehicle. So I'm also aware I've got a right turn coming up now. I'm also aware that I might meet container traffic coming out, so I'm just going to back off and engage the retarder again as I come towards it. You might hear the tone of the engine change, and I'll just disengage it there. It's just to slow me down for the bend. Now I'm aware I've got my right hand turn coming up. I've also got a left hand bend that is for me, and I'll have vehicles on a right hand bend coming towards me, and I may have vehicles right up tight to the stop line at the junction waiting to turn right. So if that's the case, I might let one of them turn because it just assists and it's courtesy. So I've got a van coming out, I'm going to let him go, and there it is, sort of drop side. So I'm looking into the junction. I've got a lorry there, heavy lorry, so I'm going to let him go because it doesn't serve me any purpose to go into that junction. And I've got another vehicle coming right up, and he's just stopping short, or she's just stopping short to let me get around the junction. So you've seen, guys, I had a heavy vehicle coming out of the junction turning right. He was right up on the junction. Some guys would just turn right into it. It serves no purpose as far as I'm concerned. That's my general opinion. Take it for what it is, but that's my opinion. And and I always find it just easier as a bit of courtesy. Let him go. It gave me the opportunity to look into the junction and see there was nothing on approach. It means I can move nice and freely without too much hassle round into the junction. So it really is important that you're aware of your surroundings, your environment. I've got a golf course, and part of the golf course has a crossing halfway up it, across this road in front of me. So I need to be aware that there might be golfers, and golfers do like a little tipple, especially in Scotland. And if you're like me, I like to take a little hip flask on my golf when I've played it in the past. So some of them might be a wee bit worse for wear, who knows. But there's a wee crossing point up here for the golfers going from one side to the other when they're going from different holes. But it's looking okay at the moment, guys. And we're also entering our 30, so I'm just going to back off anyway. And I'm also aware of the two secondary schools, St Ambrose and I couldn't remember what the other one was earlier on, but as I say, we're in the 30s, we've got a driving range for the golfers, that is, to my right hand side. And got a slight camber on this junction up here. There's a hill off to my left that comes out of the estate, and if you look at the road there's a slight camber, so always a wee bit careful when sort of encroaching on that. I've got a vehicle coming out of my left as well, so just going to make sure he can see me. And the schools are off to my right, so I'm going to have a wee look, try and remember the name. So as I said, one's called St Ambrose, and I'm trying to remember what the other one was. Buchanan High School. There we go, so we've got Buchanan. So I've got a red light again. I'm just going to engage the retarder as I approach it. Just says me applying the foot brake. And then we get changing, and it means I can carry on moving. So, a wee bit of advance there. I've seen the lights were on red. No point flying off up into them. Slamming the brakes on. Have to engage another gear. If you were in a manual, certainly, but it's automatic, obviously. And it's just by slowing down on approach, just means I can engage the gear straight away as we move forward, and I'm not actually coming to home. And it'll save fuel. I'm aware that I've got another container coming towards me there. Fraser's Haulage, know some of the guys up there. So I'm going to look at this because sometimes there's parked vehicles just off the roundabout and vehicles need to be on our side of the road. So we're good to go today. So again, another roundabout, and I'm just going to engage the retarder. So stage 2 in the retarder, and I've got a tractor coming up towards me which may assist my vehicles coming to my right. So just looking at the roundabout, nothing coming down the road, so I'm good. And the idea is to keep the vehicle moving, and that prevents using a lot of fuel. Indicate my intention and my point of no return. That lets these guys in front of me know that I'm coming through. So it's just a wee insight there, guys, into the retarder system and the adaptive cruise and some of the things to look at. Again, just get the women there hobbling about a wee bit on the right hand side, so just be aware of these things, your environment when you're driving around in them. And you know, it doesn't cost you anything, there's a wee bit of courtesy, and it gives us that professional look. It's just, I see so many lorry drivers these days just rushing up into things or getting angry with things. You know, it's just can't understand it. And too much stress will lead to an early death as far as I'm concerned, so it's nice to just take it easy. A bit of retardation there, a wee pedestrian just clearing the junction. A wee doggy having a wee look there. So we're just about to enter the container base now. When we go in here, we need to have hard hat, high vis on, lots of different bits and pieces, and got a container part right in front of us. What's going on here? What is going on? Alright, he's having a chat. So as I said, hard hat, high vis on here. In some occasions we have to wear protective glasses, and we go in here, we'll get the box off, and we'll find out if we're going to Grangemouth or Greenock. Most probably Greenock because we're here nice and early. So we'll get this box off, and then we'll carry on our journey. So guys, thanks for watching, and maybe catch you later.